a war that changed a king. The Kalinga War, fought in 261 BCE, stands as a pivotal event in Indian history. This conflict was not just a mere battle for territory, it was a confrontation that would alter the course of an entire empire and its ruler. It was a brutal clash between the expanding Mauryan Empire under Emperor Ashoka and the independent state of Kalinga on India's eastern coast. The war was marked by intense fighting, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The Kalinga War was one of the bloodiest conflicts of its time, with thousands of soldiers and civilians losing their lives. This war, while solidifying Ashoka's political dominance, became a profound turning point in his life. The aftermath of the battle left a deep scar on Ashoka's conscience. The sight of the battlefield strewn with the bodies of the dead and the cries of the wounded haunted him. The devastation and human suffering he witnessed led him to question the very nature of his conquests and the purpose of his rule. The immense suffering and destruction he witnessed ignited within him a transformation, leading him to renounce violence and embrace Buddhism. Ashoka's conversion to Buddhism was not just a personal change, but a monumental shift in the policies of the Mauryan Empire. He began to promote the principles of non-violence, compassion, and tolerance. Ashoka's edicts, inscribed on pillars and rocks across his empire, reflect his commitment to these values and his desire to spread the teachings of Buddhism far and wide. This essay explores the Kalinga War, its impact on Ashoka, and the enduring legacy he left on India and the world. Ashoka's transformation from a ruthless conqueror to a benevolent ruler is a testament to the power of empathy and the potential for change within us all. His legacy continues to inspire generations, reminding us of the importance of peace and the profound impact of compassionate leadership. The jewel of India's east coast. Kalinga, corresponding roughly to modern-day Odisha, was a prosperous region known for its maritime trade and strategic location. Its ports bustled with ships carrying valuable commodities like textiles, spices, and ivory, attracting merchants from distant lands like Southeast Asia and the Roman Empire. This economic prosperity, coupled with its fertile land and robust military, made Kalinga a desirable prize for any ambitious ruler. Its independent spirit and strategic importance posed a challenge to Ashoka's vision of a unified India. An emperor's ambitions. Ashoka, the third Mauryan emperor, ascended the throne with a thirst for conquest. He inherited a vast empire already stretching across most of the Indian subcontinent. Driven by the ambition to emulate his illustrious grandfather, Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka sought to bring the entire subcontinent under his rule. Kalinga, with its strategic location and independent spirit, became a prime target for his expansionist ambitions. The young emperor, blinded by his desire for power, underestimated the human cost of his ambitions. The blood-soaked fields of Kalinga. The Kalinga War, as described in Ashoka's own edicts, was a gruesome affair. The Mauryan army, vast and well-equipped, unleashed its might upon the defiant Kalinga. The Kalingans, known for their valor, fought fiercely but were ultimately overwhelmed. Ancient texts speak of rivers turning red with blood, the earth littered with corpses, and entire villages razed to the ground. The sheer scale of death and destruction sent shockwaves through the land, leaving an indelible mark on the victor himself. The aftermath of the Kalinga War was a turning point in Ashoka's life. Walking through the battlefield, witnessing the carnage he had wrought, the emperor was overwhelmed by remorse. The sight of countless dead and the cries of the wounded filled him with deep sorrow and regret. He realized the true cost of his victory, the immeasurable suffering he had inflicted. This realization marked a profound shift in Ashoka's worldview, leading him to question his ambitions and the very nature of power. Shaken to his core, Ashoka renounced violence and embraced the path of a concept encompassing righteousness, compassion, and non-violence. He found solace in the teachings of Buddhism, which resonated deeply with his newfound belief in peace and universal brotherhood. Ashoka's conversion was not merely a personal transformation, it became the guiding principle of his reign. He dedicated the rest of his life to promoting peace, social welfare, and the spread of Buddhist teachings. Ashoka's edicts, spreading the message of peace. To To propagate his message of peace and harmony, Ashoka commissioned the inscription of edicts on pillars and rock surfaces across his vast empire. These edicts were not just simple messages, they were profound declarations of his newfound philosophy and commitment to a life of non-violence and compassion. After the devastating Kalinga War, Ashoka experienced a deep transformation. He was filled with remorse and sought to atone for the suffering caused. This led him to embrace Buddhism and its teachings of peace and non-violence. These edicts, written in various regional languages, were a revolutionary way to communicate with his diverse subjects. They proclaimed his remorse for the Kalinga War and advocated for non-violence, religious tolerance, and social welfare. Ashoka's messages were clear. He wanted to foster a society where people lived in harmony, respected each other's beliefs, and worked together for the common good. He urged his people to live virtuous lives, showing compassion towards all beings. Ashoka believed that true happiness and prosperity could only be achieved through kindness, empathy, and moral integrity. His edicts encouraged people to practice these values in their daily lives, creating a ripple effect of positive change throughout the empire. These edicts, scattered across India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, stand as a testament to Ashoka's commitment to peace and his vision of a just and equitable society. They are enduring symbols of his dedication to spreading the message of peace, compassion, and understanding. Even today, these ancient inscriptions continue to inspire and remind us of the power of words and the importance of living a life guided by principles of nonviolence and mutual respect. The legacy of Ashoka, a beacon of compassion. Ashoka's transformation from a ruthless conqueror to a benevolent ruler continues to inspire people centuries later. He is remembered not for his military conquests, but for his unwavering commitment to peace, social justice, and spiritual enlightenment. His edicts promoting universal values of compassion, non-violence, and tolerance remain relevant even in the modern world. Ashoka's reign serves as a powerful reminder that true leadership lies not in military might, but in moral strength and compassion. The Kalinga War, a turning point in Indian history. This conflict, fought between the Maurya Empire under Emperor Ashoka and the state of Kalinga, was one of the bloodiest battles in ancient Indian history. The war resulted in massive loss of life and had far-reaching consequences that reshaped the subcontinent. The Kalinga War, while a tragic event, marked a turning point in Indian history. The sheer scale of the devastation and the human suffering witnessed during and after the war had a profound impact on Emperor Ashoka. The aftermath of the war saw countless lives lost, families torn apart, and cities reduced to ruins. The sight of the battlefield, strewn with the bodies of soldiers and civilians alike, left an indelible mark on Ashoka's conscience. It led to the emergence of Ashoka not just as a powerful emperor, but as a philosopher king, a champion of peace and social justice. Deeply moved by the horrors of war, Ashoka underwent a profound transformation. He embraced Buddhism and dedicated his life to the principles of non-violence, compassion, and moral governance. Ashoka's conversion to Buddhism was not just a personal change, but a monumental shift in the way he ruled his empire. His reign ushered in an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, fostering cultural exchange and the spread of Buddhist teachings far beyond India's borders. Ashoka's efforts to promote Buddhism included sending missionaries to distant lands, establishing monasteries, and supporting the construction of stupas. This period saw a flourishing of art, architecture, and trade, as well as the spread of Indian culture and ideas to other parts of Asia. The Kalinga War, though born out of ambition and violence, ultimately paved the way for a more enlightened and compassionate era in Indian history. Ashoka's edicts, inscribed on stone pillars and rock faces across his empire, proclaimed his commitment to dharma, or righteous living. These edicts emphasized moral values, social welfare, and religious tolerance, and they remain a testament to his legacy. The transformation of Ashoka from a conqueror to a benevolent ruler serves as a powerful reminder of the potential for change and the enduring impact of compassionate leadership. Conclusion: Ashoka's enduring message. The story of the Kalinga War and Ashoka's subsequent transformation holds profound lessons for humanity. It underscores the futility of war and the transformative power of remorse and compassion. Ashoka's legacy reminds us that true strength lies not in dominance and conquest, but in embracing peace, justice, and the well-being of all. His life and teachings continue to inspire individuals and nations to strive for a world where compassion and understanding prevail over conflict and violence.